Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Her Freedom Project podcast. Some people come into your life during a transition, and some people come into your life and help anchor you while you're becoming who you are meant to be. When I first moved to Las Vegas, I was rebuilding not just my career, but my confidence, my sense of belonging, my belief that I could really start from nothing and still win. One of the very first women to believe in me professionally here in Vegas is sitting across from me today, and she even bra rose. She hired me, trusted me, supported me, and what meant the most is that she did it without judgment, even knowing my story. She's a wife, she's a mother of three, a full-time business owner, and a woman who has built something powerful in this city. From microbladers to owning Salon Static right here in Las Vegas. But beyond the titles, she's someone who showed up over and over again for my businesses, for my growth, and for me. Today's conversation isn't just about entrepreneurship. It's about loyalty, resilience, womanhood, and what it looks like when women truly support women. I'm honored to introduce someone who means a great deal to my journey. Everyone, welcome Danielle Grayson. Grayson.
She didn't tell
Danielle
me
Grayson.
that she was going to make me cry over here. Oh
I
my
was
gosh,
not
that was
trying
so
to
beautiful.
make you cry. I just love you so much, sister.
And I love
Thank you
you.
so much for joining me today. So basically, our journey started in 2011.
Has it been that long?
Yes, 2011. I seen a post on, I think it was Craigslist, posting for a
That's
job.
right. I did. I posted
Yep.
on Craigslist. That's how I started a lot of my businesses, was posting on Craigslist.
Craigslist was kind of the shit.
It was back
in the day. It really
was.
was. I found a lot of jobs. Well, not I wasn't looking for a lot of jobs because once I had Dakota,
Yeah.
I didn't really go back to work after that until I opened my salon,
Yep.
which was no. I went and worked at Great Clips. Mwah.
Did you for a minute?
I did.
You know what though?
did.
You have to appreciate those times and that true deep hustle. Like my first job, Denny's. I was a waitress at Denny's.
Okay.
But I appreciate it so much because it takes a lot
Yep.
to work in a fast-paced restaurant like that.
Yep.
And I was in San Diego, and we worked with a lot of Hispanics that spoke just Spanish. And so that's where I kind of learned a little bit, and I would teach them English, and we would, work together.
That is so funny because I was like that too. Shout out Claudia. Claudia, I love you.
Aw.
I miss you too. Because that was how I learned to speak the little bit of Spanish that I do speak was when I was locked up.
Yeah.
I made a lot of friends with the Mexicans and they,
Girl, you
they
have
needed
to.
to learn the language. I'm sitting here in my mind thinking, how can y'all be locked up in our prison system and not speak English? Like, that's
right.
crazy. It was almost not fair to me. So in return,
Yep.
like you said, I taught them English. They taught me Spanish, and that's how you learn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Flashback to high school too. I would befriend in San Diego. I befriended the Hispanic girls because I wasn't a fighter. I was a lover. I was so afraid. I didn't like conflict. I don't want to fight anybody. I just want to love on everybody. And some girls didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then their boyfriends liked that, but they didn't like that their boyfriends liked that. So
Yeah.
I found
know what you
myself
want me to
like,
do.
no, I had to get in with the girls.
Yeah.
That's how I survived
Yep.
high school.
Yep.
Because then no one messed with me.
No,
You
they
know?
ain't gonna mess with you.
Nope.
Not if you surround yourself with the right people, sister.
That's right.
So where are you from?
San Diego.
I heard that 3 times, so I just assumed, but I didn't
Yes.
want to. I didn't want to.
Girl,
say
I cry
anything.
every night in my sleep. I'm trying to get back there.
You love San Diego.
I love the beach, girl. The beach is healing.
It's beautiful. It
Nothing
really
like
is.
it.
It really is. That's one of the first places that I visited once I moved out here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a drive, and I wasn't ready, and I was kind of like claustrophobic. Like, when is this gonna be over? And we got to go back. Okay, all right, all right. But now, like, I'm like actually missing it. And the kids are like, Mom, when are we gonna go back to the beach?
You got to, girl.
And I'm
you
like,
have to.
The last time we went though, it was so sad. Like the
Why?
what are they? I don't know if they're like
Jellyfish?
Nope. It was like they look like seagulls. Nope, not seagulls. They're like Seahawks. Nope. I'm tripping right now. It must be this.
Let's put it up to the Seahawks,
right.
though. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are.
I love that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
So they're like they're big, these big things.
Okay.
And
Pelicans?
Like, no, they're like they're in the water, but they're out of water, kind of. What?
Seagulls.
I said seagull, but I felt like those fly. But that what? Do you remember,
seal?
babe?
Girl, you talking
like
about a seal?
The seals, yes.
That is way different than a bird.
They were on the beach having seizures.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's not funny.
That was the last time we went to the beach.
Where? In San Diego?
Babe, where were we?
Mission Beach, I think. Oh, okay.
Okay,
See,
maybe we weren't quite,
north.
but that was the last time we went out to the beach.
Okay.
And we were just tripping.
Maybe that's
and
why
like,
you went to the wrong place.
What is going on?
Shout out to Oceanside. That's where you need to
Oceanside?
go. Carlsbad, Oceanside, right up there. You need to go a little more north. Maybe
A
that's
little
the
more north.
problem.
They wouldn't let us touch them or nothing. They was like, don't help them. Like, I was like, what's going to happen? We were all so scared. The kids were there. I was like, ugh.
No. You got to go back.
Sister.
You got to get a better.
I gotta go back and get a better experience.
Yes, you
because
do.
that was the first time I had ever seen anything like that.
That's really sad. You know, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
And the saddest part is because the people who live on the ocean front, they're down there all the time.
Yeah.
So they were kind of telling us why they were doing that. And it was because of all the drugs that's being dumped down the toilet. So stop fucking dumping drugs down the toilet.
Why are you dumping
Because
them
now
down the
your
toilet
fentanyl
anyway?
is going to the daggone ocean and to the sea animals and to the seals and the seagulls.
What did they do?
So stop. Thanks.
That's why they're having seizures.
Yeah, that's what they said. They're overdose.
They're overdose.
Jesus. I'm not laughing.
Oh, no.
Y'all
No,
got the
we're not.
animals overdosing. You got to
Stop
cut it
it.
out. You got to cut it out. Okay. Oh, so from San Diego, when was the transition to Vegas? What was that like?
My husband, I met him. He put a spell on me, took me from the ocean and planted me a cactus right here in Vegas.
Shout out Marco.
Shout out my husband.
We
I love
Marco.
him. Yes. So he was, doing his thing at the nightclubs, the biggest nightclubs in Vegas, the Palms. He ran the Palms, Ghost Bar, Rain, all of that. And he was like, I can't.
And this was circa around what year?
This was 2025.
He was
2005, girl. 2005.
Hold on. I don't know what's in this.
I can't blame it on this. I haven't had enough yet. So yeah, that was 2005. We met and he said to me, he was like, I can't do this in San Diego. Like they don't do nightclubs in San Diego, or they didn't at the time like they did here. So he couldn't. And that's when I was in the modeling industry and I had a contract with The Price is Right.
Let's go.
And I was, yes, shout out to The Price is Right. And I was supposed to be moving to LA, but they had a live show at Bally's. And so I said, I'll do that. I'll do the live show. I won't do the tape show. I'll do the live show. And I got to be with this man. He's the one.
Mm-hmm. Love.
So you know how that goes.
Yep.
And here we are in 2026.
Yes. Still.
So we just celebrated 21 years of being
Happy
together.
Anniversary,
Thank
sister.
you. Thank you.
How long?
21 years.
21.
21 years.
Is
yeah.
that like a milestone year? Or is it just like
Girl, I feel like if you're with somebody longer than a
5
year,
years?
that's a milestone.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah. I say 5, because at 5 it's like if you haven't killed each other yet, then you're
You have a
you're
chance.
all right. You have a chance. Yeah.
Yep.
And it gets rough. It gets rough.
Yes, it does.
Don't
Especially
you dare
when
think it don't.
Well, see, and here's the thing that I appreciate about you and your husband too. You guys do business together, and so do Marco and I. We always have.
And so you know that it's a different dynamic. Like
it is. It's a true partnership.
yeah. It really is, because when you're together all the time like that, like, so I hear a lot of people like, okay, so when did you guys start to build businesses, and when was that like something that came across in the conversations?
That was the beautiful thing, was because I was in the, the modeling industry and he was in the nightclub industry, and we were like, we want to build a family, we want to do that. My wife's a model and my husband works in the nightclub industry. Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to do for a relationship, right? So we both knew, and he was wanting to get out of the industry for a while. And so he just basically said, it's actually a pretty funny story. So Salon Static was our first business together. And I'll never forget, it was Christmas Eve, and we had gone to midnight mass. Because at the time he was Catholic and I was Christian. I have since converted him. He is now Christian. But anyways, so we pull up into this parking lot, Salon Static parking lot, and he hands over, and he had been acting strange. I knew he was up to something. I wasn't quite sure what it was. So he turns the car off and he hands me a key. He goes, put your hand out. And he hands me a key, and I look down at it. And girl, I'm looking left, I'm looking right. I'm like, where
you looking for a car?
I'm looking for the Rover. I'm like, where is it?
Where is it?
Where is the Rover?
Where is it?
And then I'm like, this is not a car key. This is some business shit.
Yeah,
this is
what
a
is
business
this?
key. And then I look up and I see Salon Static, and I was like, oh, damn. 23, girl. I was 23. 24. I was 24 years old. And
so
I
you
had
the salon already 4 years before I even met you. Wow.
Yes. And, it was already operating. There was a gentleman who owned it. And Marco had purchased it from him. And then we went in and we kind of redid it, gave it a nice facelift.
Yes.
And kind of made it ours. And I learned a lot, I was only used to managing myself at the time. So taking on and managing other people and learning boundaries was something new for me. I still struggle with that. But, because you go in and I want everyone to be my friend, and I want to be the person that, they want to come to work and they want to love the environment exactly how.
You did. You are.
Yeah.
Well, I know for a fact when I was there, because I guess I didn't realize how much I was going through. I had just found out I was pregnant as soon as I started working for you.
Okay.
Had just found out I was pregnant, and I was just like, I didn't know how long I would be able to work, but in my mind, I had no intentions on stopping until, the doctor told me to. So I just kept on working every day, and I just like, but on top of that, the environment that you built, by the time I got there in 2011, everybody was so welcoming. Like, you never felt, you just had everybody in such a good position as far as how they were there and just what they did and what they brought to your team.
Thank you.
They made me feel very welcome.
Good.
I didn't really know how at that point how to run my business per se, but just kind of seeing how they were running their businesses,
right,
and just how none of them were gatekeepers either. So that was really important for me transitioning into this stylist that I wanted to be. I was able to learn from people. In your salon. That was the first time that I had been in an environment like that. And
really?
At that point, I was on my third location.
Okay.
But the other location was the barbershop that is now our barbershop.
Yep.
It was just really hard to get the clientele that I wanted to build in a barbershop. So
right.
I had to make a decision. And it was the right decision, because once I came down there with you guys, it was just different. It was like a whole new world. And it was like, I had been working in black and white at first. And then when I came to your location, it was like,
gray, baby.
Yeah. Everything was just in color. It was like once you walk through those doors in the Wizard of Oz, like everything just became so much more colorful, and I understood.
I love that.
And then a few months later, I had my baby.
That's right. Well, it's funny. You mentioned gatekeeping, and I was thinking about this today when I was getting ready for the interview, and I was like, I'm curious to know what kind of question she's going to ask me. So I was kind of running through my head, and I was, You know, one of the things that I noticed that I did a little differently was when I first took over the salon, we were doing leases. And then I went away with the leases because I thought to myself, why are you trying to keep somebody who doesn't necessarily want to be kept or can't be kept? I mean, people leave for different reasons. Having a baby, moving, you know, whatever that may be. And then trying to hold it to and make it much more stressful, that does something to the energy. And I'm big on energy. It's got to flow.
Yep.
It's got to be fluid. Yep. So we create a space, and we're here, and we're supportive, and we're going to love on you for as long as you need to be in that space.
Yep.
And then you move on.
And I felt it.
Good.
I felt the love.
Good.
I felt
it's
the
always
love.
there.
And I needed it too because I didn't know that I was going to have my baby early.
Yeah.
I ended up having her, and we were in the hospital for it was crazy.
I remember that.
Yep, it was crazy.
Long
And then
time.
just how understanding and caring you were, and you had a bonus child at the time, but you hadn't had any on your own yet.
Okay.
But London was coming.
Yo, girl.
London was on her way.
Yeah, she was.
She was on her way.
Yeah,
So now let's talk about that, like
Okay.
being an entrepreneur and being a mom of 3, not just one.
You know,
She's got 3 like me. Well,
Yes.
really 4
4.
because we both
Yeah.
have that bonus child,
but mine's done left the house and he's doing his
our
thing now.
bonus child too. She's gone. She's not at home. Yeah.
They do
They're,
that.
well, she's 25 now.
Okay, so is Jack.
Yep,
Jack's 25
okay.
too.
Yep. That's crazy.
Shout out to
All
my
the way.
first, Jack.
Yep. The first star. I call my first my favorite.
Well, it's funny because
I'm like, she knows she's my favorite.
that's how it works. So there's a funny little saying in the family. So the younger ones would always say, where did Jack, because, you know, he has his mom, and they would say, they all share the same father, obviously, and she would say, Jack grew in mommy's heart, and we grew in mommy's belly. So that's our thing.
That's so damn sweet.
So Jack grew in mommy's heart, and the rest of them come from my belly. And then the youngest one goes, well, I wanted to grow in your heart. I said, girl, you got my whole, you got the whole thing.
Right.
That
You
one,
took my heart.
the third one, you got it all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. That's right. Idalia grew in my heart, and
That's
y'all
right.
grew. Yeah, that's such a sweet way to put it.
is.
Oh, that brought a little
So
tear to my eye. That was so sweet.
it is. But to answer your question, girl, it's like we just wake up every day and do the best we can. You know, the beautiful thing, again, back to being in a relationship with your partner, your spouse, and being able to do businesses together. Girl, he does all the hard stuff, like the boring shit. You know what I mean? Like how much, we're going to pay for this, and we got to pay that, and we got to do this, and this is the budget, and blah, blah, blah. None of the stuff I like to do. And then I just get to play,
Yeah.
is the way I look at it. I guess maybe when you're doing what you love, it feels like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to be hard. You should know how to do certain things, right? I mean, I can sit there and, enter in shit in the computer and that kind of stuff. Do I want to do that? No.
Yeah. I think too, because we have our schedule down. I know you and Marco do too, like to the point where it's like when you drop them off at school, okay, I can do whatever for so many hours.
Oh, yes.
And then like got to be headed to the school by 2 or, whatever time they get out. But it's like you're running a business, and I work behind the chair too. So it's like everything, like if I didn't have him for some things, like it just wouldn't happen. It just probably wouldn't happen because my mind is so busy going from what do they got to do at school? What's going on at school? Is it Spirit Week? Do they got to dress as a dragon tomorrow? Like what's going on? I handle those things just like
So do
you
I.
do.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like where it's the fair trade.
It is.
Where it's like, for them, it's not complicated. And
Nope.
for what we do, it's not complicated
That's
because
right.
it's just kind of built in us. Like,
It's
we
just
start calculating from conception, like what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, when it
Yes.
needs to be done.
Yes.
And then you just kind of let them, like, he's probably editing a video right now.
I love it.
Like, no telling what he's doing. But
They're always
don't
working.
have the patience. Like,
I don't either.
I can film it, I can look good doing it.
Because
And
that's
then
what
I'm
you're
like,
good
all right,
at.
the rest on you.
Because that's what you're good at. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
And that's the fun part for me.
Yes, it is.
If I had to edit and do all that extra stuff,
It's too much.
you guys would never get an episode.
You'd never see this or hear us.
But we're like on episode 10 now.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Cheers.
I love
Episode
that.
10.
So I'm number 10.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
How did I
No,
not
number
be
one
number
in my
one?
life. Number one in my life. Because Bella needed braids. And no, like, me and him were talking about you. I'm like, okay, but it was like people coming back to back to back, not coming to me, but someone we knew that was helping me kind of set up the videos. And it was like,
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to interview a judge. I had the opportunity I was like, what? Okay, let
That's
me
what
let
you're
me knock
supposed
these
to
out.
do.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, how am I going to wrap up season 1? Because it was really about entrepreneurs. Like,
Yep.
season 1 was about entrepreneurs, people making a statement in the city.
Yeah.
And even though, you may not, make a statement to the city like a judge does,
Right.
you made a difference in my life.
Thank you.
So I was like, I would love to have her on the show and just kind of just talk to her, like, what was it? And that's another thing I want to know, like, open and microbladers, like transitioning from static to microbladers,
Yeah.
which was static at that point was like maybe like your teenager.
That's right.
And then you went and had a new baby.
I did. A beautiful baby.
Yes.
So, what's funny is circling back when he.
And I'm sorry, not
You're okay.
static. Microbladers is so beautiful. Like,
Thank you.
when you said a beautiful baby, I was just sitting here thinking of all the white and like purplish pink and just
Yes.
the colors and how you have it so very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
And chic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had purchased the salon, I wasn't even licensed. I didn't, girl, no. So I went in there, 23 years old, no license in cosmetology. I had to go to school. And it was funny because I'd roll up in school and I'd be like, I jumped ahead. I already have the place. I already
have the place.
I already had the place. I just didn't know how to do it. And that was tough. I never liked school, girl. Even in high school, I dated my high school area. You know what I mean? I need to go with the big dogs. So I didn't like school. So going back to hair school was like, ugh. And I didn't even really like it. I didn't like hair. I did.
You know
it
what you told
for
me
a
when
hot
I
minute.
met you?
What did I
And
tell you?
I don't know.
God knows what
I
I
just
told
got
you.
so close. It just immediately, we got so close. And you said, girl, I was always better in the chair than behind it.
Amen, sister. Amen.
And that's how I knew you were a model.
Yeah.
You was like, I was a model, but I had to go to school. And you never told me that story, but
Yeah.
you told me you was like, I was always better in the chair than behind it.
Way better. So, I think the love kind of grew from years of just and respect. God, I have so much respect for the artistry of what women can visualize and do, and more importantly, how it makes women feel. I mean, you don't ever catch a girl walking out of a salon unless you went to the wrong one.
Unless you went to the
Let's
wrong
talk about
one.
that. The wrong one. But I mean, they come out and just how it makes you feel. And just the little thing, haircut, color, braids, whatever it is,
Yeah.
And so I loved that piece. I want to be around that all the time.
Yep.
That is just my space in this world. And so I knew being in there, like, I couldn't just, walk around and say hi to people and check on people and, reception and, do whatever. As an owner, I wanted to be in it. I just knew hair wasn't it. So I love the face.
You wanted to be in it, not behind it.
I wanted to be in it, not behind it. And so I did. So there was one video started circling around about microblading. It's funnier than shit. One video, and it literally, you're like, she's basically like cutting the skin, right? And so I show Marco the video, and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to take this class, and this is what I want to do. And he's like, should I be worried? He's and he said, and I will support you 100%, but as long as you can get insurance.
As long as you can get insurance.
As long as insurance, liability insurance will cover you, I'll support it. And I was like, okay. And then I did. And I made myself a little room, a little makeshift room. Didn't even have a door. It's like the size of a bathroom. And it just had a curtain.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. Because you.
Yes, I was one of your models.
Hello. Hello, you know you pulled through for me. Thank you, girl.
Always. Anytime you need me. That shit hurt.
That
shit hurt, y'all.
I numbed you.
She did numb me. She did.
But yeah, and that's
but I
how
think
it
I have a
started.
different kind of skin though. I think we learned that my skin was like oily.
Yes.
And so it
didn't hold.
Yes,
it didn't
hold
last
as
well.
long.
Well, speaking of that, so there are different techniques. So if you have drier skin and thinner skin, then microblading is perfect for you. If you have thicker skin and you have what we call hydrated skin, then you need to do shading or the combo. You could do both, but mainly shading helps. Yeah.
I got it now.
So that's where it started, and I grew quickly. The industry at the time.
What I think is really cool about what you do and what you've kind of turned it into, and maybe you're not the first person to do it or invent it, but you're the first person that I've ever seen do it, was the, I don't know what you call it.
The areolas?
Yes.
Oh, that's my heart. That's where I was this weekend.
Yeah, let's
Reno.
talk about that, because I know that's like, I knew that was something that was really important and big for you.
Yeah.
It was almost like you went from eyebrows to like really changing people's lives.
Amen.
That's
the piece.
Like,
that is the
eyebrows are, I don't want to say
superficial
yeah, or vain, but
unless you're a cancer patient.
Yes,
or
true that.
you have alopecia.
Alopecia, true.
Right?
True. But the areola work that you do.
Thank you.
Is incredible.
Thank you. That's my passion. So I was just in Reno teaching a couple girls over the weekend, and I've gone to Vanderbilt University. I've taught the nurses there how to do it. There are definitely artists out there that do it as well. I learned from, shout out to Mandy Sawyer and her institute in New York. That's where I first learned and fell in love with it. And it just is a piece. It's the last final piece for a woman. And before, what would happen is, because when it comes to breast cancer, they take the areola and the nipple, right? You can put an implant in there, but where's the areola and where's the nipple? And for me, as a woman, that is how I identify. It's not my lashes, it's not my hair, it's not my shoes or my purse. It's my breasts. Yeah. It's my areola, it's my nipple. That is such a place for me. I'm looking at the boys' face to see if they're getting uncomfortable as we're talking about this. But because that's how I fed my children. Yep. That's how, it's just, for me, that's an identification. So I take it really, really personally, and I just don't know what I would do if a doctor took that away from me. So for me, it's like I'm giving back. And the doctors, they'll do the implants, they'll do everything, and then they'll tell the patient, you can go get them tattooed on at a tattoo shop. Well, I don't know about you, girl, but I'm not rolling into a tattoo shop to get my areolas and nipples tattooed back.
Right.
So we kind of have changed the dynamic in the industry in that, and I would like to see more practices educate and train their staff on how to do it, so that a woman who's going through something like that doesn't have to go to a tattoo shop or even be referred out. Nowadays it's just refer.
Yeah.
What happened to just taking care of the whole thing?
Yep. and still making me feel like a woman.
Amen.
That's true. I never thought about it like that. I always knew that, like, I obviously know women who have had breast cancer and survived and have had double mastectomies, and some of them just say,
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is
They're
what it
over it.
is. But if I was in their shoes and situation, I would be like you. Like,
Yeah.
I would want restoration
That's right.
and just as best as you can get it, you know?
I think one of the best stories that I have on a patient that I did was I got this random text, and it was, "You'd be so proud of me I left the lights on." No, "You'd be so proud of me I let him leave the lights on." And I was like, "What?" And then I was like, oh. I was like, yes, girl, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the liberation in that, the feeling of like she felt good enough that he could see her again. She didn't need to hide it.
Yep.
You know, and I'm thinking in my head, of course, I still have by the grace of God, thank
Yeah.
you, I still have my areola nipples, so I don't know what that's like, but
you empathize enough
I 100% do
to be a part of
Yes. And to know that she
leaving
was
the
able,
lights on.
leaving the lights on, and she was able to have that piece of intimacy back
That's incredible.
Is so incredible.
That I can't even imagine what that would feel like, even on the other end of the call, even for you. Like,
Yeah. It was
I
a
would be like,
text, but yes.
text. I'd be like,
Yes, girl. I mean, how do you, you know? And then it's like, that's right. You know,
yep.
okay, I'm out here changing lives.
Changing
all right.
lives. Changing lives. One areola
Feels
at
good.
a time.
One areola.
It started
nip.
with brows, and now here we are.
Look at it.
Oh, man. So now that we've talked entrepreneurship,
Yes.
children, family, husbands,
Yes.
what's the legacy you want to leave behind?
I knew you were going to get me. The legacy. I think that just God has a plan, and I trust in him all the time. And just loving on people. I think that is my biggest quality, is just really, truly, authentically making people feel like they are loved no matter what.
Yep.
And supported. Especially women. I've got a soft spot for women.
Yep.
Women and kids, but women mostly.
Okay. Sorry, my phone is ringing.
Okay.
And I know that firsthand. I felt that firsthand from you. You were, and still one of the people to this day that, you know, when we see each other, it's like our lives are so parallel. Like, we literally are living the same life.
Pregnant at the same time.
Pregnant
We
at
had
the
our
same
kids
time.
at the same time.
Kids at the same time. Even our
We have
bonus
cool,
children.
We have cool ass names for our kids.
Yes,
too,
we
at
do.
the same time.
Yes, we do. And a lot of those times we didn't even know we were both pregnant at the same time. So our kids are the same age. Business women, entrepreneurs, all of those things. And I think one of the legacies that you're leaving and the trail that you're blazing is definitely one for women feeling encouraged and women feeling supported.
Yes.
And not even that, because like there were 2 guys working at the shop when I was there too.
Do you remember who they were? We've had a few guys roll through. Johnny.
Johnny was
still
there. Okay, yep. Johnny
I got a funny
was there.
story about Johnny.
He was so funny, and he used to talk to me about perming his hair, like with like a curly perm.
He does it, girl.
So his hair would be more textured.
Yep.
He was so funny, and Johnny's an Asian, y'all. So he was just really funny. And then there was
Shout out to Johnny.
another guy on Johnny's side.
I don't know who.
I can't remember. But you've just always been so supportive of people. So I think today I just want to leave everybody with, sometimes you don't know who's going to come into your life, and you don't know the purpose, but we have to all be encouraging and be supportive to one another and for one another, because you never know what that other person is gonna, well, not being there because people may grow up to be something or someone, but being there when they need you, not even knowing, not even with them asking. I think there were times where you knew that I was adjusting and kind of going through things and learning, and like, I don't even think you knew that I didn't even know how to drive when I was working for you.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
there were so many things that I was learning on the flip side, and the only thing that I knew how to do was hair. That was the only thing that I knew how to do. And what I always loved about doing hair was kind of the same as your perspective and outlook on everything. I just like making people feel good.
That's right.
Like,
You're good at it.
and when I don't, because behind the chair, you don't always get it right. And there are those instances where you didn't make the customer happy, or you didn't achieve their desires. And
well,
like,
we're
that
almost
just,
perfect, girl.
yeah, but that
Almost
fucks with me so bad.
I know it
and
does.
it's like I overthink it when I don't get it right. So when I do get it right, I appreciate it, and I get it right more than not. It's just I'm not the type of person to overlook it, because I know that it can go left so fast in our industry. It's like people are so particular about how they look, because how they look determines how they feel for the most part.
That's right.
So it's like, when you get to be a part of that and you care about being a part of that, then you're in the right place.
I find it interesting. I just want to touch on this really quick. My grandmother, who was like my person in life, she helped raise me. She would always leave the house with two things. She said, you always have to leave the house: eyebrows done and ear bobs. She called them ear bobs.
Ear bobs.
Girl, she would put earrings on and then eyebrows. And then who knew that I did design jewelry for a little bit. And then the brows,
too.
which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I
full
remember that
circle.
too.
I
You
love
had
that.
you had your jewelry in the front of the salon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was the thing.
Yes, I love it. I love your journey. Thank you, sister, so much for coming on
welcome.
today. I call her sister in real time.
We do.
Her name
we call
is
each other
Danielle.
sister. And,
Yes.
And I just have to say, I'm so glad that you came to a silky salon.
A silky salon. Yes, I'm so
salon.
glad I came too, because I came
That's our
there and there
inside
was
joke.
more diversity there than anywhere I had ever been.
I'm all about it.
And now,
That's
like,
what makes a
I love
village.
that I sponsored today by the Barber Co., my barbershop. I love the diversity in
Yes.
it. I love that,
Yes.
we've built something out that, that makes everybody feel welcome, because
Yeah.
that's what you call it, silky, but you have always had diversity in there.
That's right. Well, it's
Always.
funny because I had asked Ivana to do, I think it was my braids or the kids' braids. And it was so cute because she was kind of like, yeah, we could do them. Well, how do you want them though? Like, and she was trying to educate me a little bit on the hair texture, right, that I had. And so we came up with silky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's our little inside joke. But
Yes.
it's good stuff.
Yes, we love the silkies. We do. And we still braid the silkies.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
because in Vegas, everybody wears braids. Asians, white people, everybody. So it's not just a black thing out here.
Well, and you're a superstar at Good Samaritan Elementary. All the girls.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you are.
Shout
I
out.
had to give your phone number to a couple moms. They're like, where did you go? And I said, oh, aren't you going to be excited? I was like, yes.
I'm a competition braider. I am a dance braider.
Yes, she
I am.
is.
I do dance buns,
She's all the
cheer
things.
buns, cheer ponytails, all the things. Dance mom too. So
Yes.
call me. Yep. And if you ever need your areolas fixed, call my sister.
Call me.
She's got you.
I got you.
Sister, let everybody know your location.
Okay.
She
so
doesn't do hair.
She
does own a salon though, and she does have a lot of very talented artists in there.
Oh, extremely.
So feel free to
Yes.
slide through.
So we're Salon Static, off Russell and Jones. Look us up. We do hair, waxing, all the things there. And then Microbladers is a studio and it's an academy. We teach as well and do apprenticeships. That is on Eastern. So that is us.
Let's go.
That's what
Let's
I got.
do it.
Thanks for
Well, you
having me,
guys,
Devonna.
thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for bringing this lovely,
Thanks for making it
lovely
so
champagne.
comfortable and
I told you you
welcoming.
didn't have to be nervous.
I was
Nope,
nervous.
I got it all
I'm
under
not
control.
nervous anymore.
This is
You're
this
good
is
at
what
this.
I do.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Cheers to this.
Cheers to this. Cheers to her Freedom Project. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and go follow us on all the social medias and all the lovely things.
Give my girl
See you
some
later.
love.
Bye.